Salutations, Utopians. Hope all is well in your world. So we got major breaking news in the association. Per Shams, uh, Genie Buss has now sold the remaining majority stake of the Los Angeles Lakers her family has coveted since 1979 for $10.1 billion. Mark Walters of the LA Dodgers, who also owns the LA Kings, the Sparks, and a couple soccer teams, amongst other things. Um, will be getting the remaining 60 something odd percent. Uh, he had already owned, let's just say, roughly give or take a third of the Lakers from Philip Ansach, who was born in 1939. He made his first profits off of oil, bought his business from his father. Um, wow. Uh, it's been a rocky road. The Lakers have won 17 championships, the last one being obviously in the bubble the same year that Kobe perished. And it's been a roller coaster. And as someone who's literally gone through so many uh, ups and downs in this city through the years, I don't think anyone knows more than me. I've been to so many different schools. So I've experienced hardship uh, from the valley all the way to the airport, uh, into Long Beach on the other side of the freeways. Um, it's crazy, first of all, they're no longer the Staples Center, they're the crypto. Um, Magic selling his 5% stake that he had since the 80s was crazy. Um, the dynasties, it's just the parades, Mark Matson dancing in downtown on the float. Man, it's wild, and you see, just thinking of like knowing I watched Kobe's first game as a Laker, like his rookie year, and just being in LA around those times, and it's crazy, man. And with this ownership group and them now selling the team for a record 10 billion, they had bought it for, I believe it was 67 million back in the 70s. Great profit, but it's been time. It's been time for a while. Right when the brother inherited the team, and then the switch over on stake. LeBron, luckily coming over and helping the pivot. The acquisition of Luka, obviously, and what the future holds. Some of it makes me wonder, is that why LeBron was bringing up the discussion regarding rings? Because I'm pretty sure the Lakers are gearing up to really spend some money. I wouldn't be surprised if now this just reopens the possibilities of maybe even Austin Reeves being re-signed and the Lakers being willing to go to second apron. I'm hearing the penalty won't be as harsh next year because the cap will increase. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. And so, uh, does Magic come back, and if so, what capacity? Does he get ownership stake? He did talk about he's kind of holding out on Shannon Sharp's show about holding out. And now, because he kind of wants to be the owner of the Lakers, and that was kind of eyebrow raising because you're like, you own the Lakers already and you sold it. But this easily tells me that he's walking right back in the door of it. And it's something that I think tells me he knew already when he was invited. Like, all right, this isn't necessarily my crowd, but it will be when. But I'm always a Laker, and that's still his sister. He did a closeout statement, but I don't know if this was in the books, if this been planned or what. Sorry, I just got out the gym. Forgive me. I really didn't, but I didn't want to wait. One moment. So, the only thing else that comes to mind is that when did this acquisition? And I think there's a part because he was, like I said, he was already a third owner in it. But did this have any bearing on the Mark Williams reneging of the trade? When they pulled back on the trade for Mark Williams at the trade deadline, was there any influence of that? Um, it's fascinating because, man, if you're LeBron, how do you feel about this, man? Like, you know what's about to happen. You know they're gearing up to really break bread and get championships. Is what when he was addressing Luka. LA's Magic was addressing Luka on Stephen A's show, because I know they all had to have some kind of clue before the show why he popped up, because it was already, to me, I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting. Why is Magic doing a TV run? And it did give kind of like analyst type of vibes, but it still was like, what is he doing? You know what I mean? Popping up on TV during the finals, which he has every right. This guy won Rookie of the Year and Finals MVP in the same season. He do whatever he wants. And by the way, stop bringing up the Zubac trade. I don't know for a fact, but can y'all please stop bringing up the Zubac trade? That was a Jerry West pick. The Lakers, out of respect, when he was a consultant on the Clippers, I believe that was Zubac's pick. That was Jerry West's pick, so they gave him his pick. They didn't want to hold him back at all. Same way when they traded for Marc Gasol, he offered them Marc Gasol first and got his Marc Gasol draft pick back in return. Like, y'all keep bringing, oh, you traded Zubac away. Like, that wasn't his pick. It's respect. It's relationships. It's natural. Like, it's crazy. Like, people act like that's some kind of indictment on the Lakers. Like, at the end of the day, they had got Anthony Davis. Where are you going to put Zubac? He's not really a face-up big. He's a traditional back-to-the-basket big who really doesn't have a lot of moves. Now you're seeing him spread his wings and become more of an all-star. And it would be wise of them to really increase his usage rate and build and wrap their identity around him moving forward. Since there is no other SGA coming along, like, might as well make him your primary offense, especially with the aging superstars you have surrounding him in James Harden and Kawhi Leonard. But I digress. And so, the Lakers, I mean, they're probably going to give Bron his trophy and all that, but to get one ring, did it really benefit him? I understand it benefited LeBron. I understand it benefited the Lakers, no doubt. But for his career, was he better off going to New York? Was he better off staying with Cleveland? Perhaps this is why LeBron is asking, is it worth it? Because once Luka goes and wins more than one ring or even one, he's going to get forgotten about, in a sense. He's already given a little bit of old wash vibration when you watch him on the screen. It's already kind of like, oh, Bron's getting old now. And then what's really hurting his career is the fans are starting to ask, when is he going to retire? You know what I mean? And to do all this, welcome to Tinseltown. I'm telling you, I've seen so many people come and go. That's why I started the video like this, because it's crazy. No matter no matter how elite, no matter how many valuables, no matter how much you have in life, the story's the same in Los Angeles for everybody. You know what I mean? Anyone can be made look regular. Everyone comes from other places, and they might be the biggest star in their city, in their state, and they come to LA, and it's very humbling. I don't care how great you are, how high up on the Mount Rushmore you may be, acting, whatever. It has a way of making you realize your mortality in this life, in this city. Everyone has battled some type of addiction. Everyone has faced some type of hardship, no matter what your tax bracket or socioeconomic status is. And for Bron, he's looking at it right in the mirror, and you're just like, damn, I'm really my legacy could easily get watered down quick, especially with Luka, knowing how big of a global icon that he is. Number one in jersey sales all time for foreign player. First ever foreign player to be first in jersey sales. You know what is about to come. And that's why bro is having these conversations on the pod Mind of the Game with Steve Nash, perhaps. People are talking about, oh, because he can't be Jordan. No, because Los Angeles is doing Los Angeles things. This ownership about to really spend that bread. And then they're going to go win some chips. And then it's like, well, you're one to what, Luka's 3 or 4? Because you know it's going to be bringing in that money. It's going to be too good to not. Especially, let me just tell you, I really don't want to say this part. I was going to hold out, so I really didn't want to do a recap after the last game between the Magic and Pacers. I mean the Pacers and the Thunder. I even if it's inadvertent, I believe there's some kind of significance of the Magic being announced. The Magic announcing that blockbuster trade for Desmond Bain when that is exactly who they needed to complete their roster to go on that run, as if it's like a even if it's not the NBA silver or whatever, there's some type of nonverbal communication going on that Pacers will not be back next year. Maybe the Thunder will, but the Pacers won't, and the Magic are in prime position. Florida's up right now. Look at the Panthers winning that NHL. I think six of the last six Stanley Cups have been decided by a team in Florida, whether it be Tampa Bay Lightning or Florida Panthers, or you know what I mean, back to back. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to them. Man, Reinhardt's a savage. Got the only other player to get 7 goals in the 7 goals in the Stanley Cup Finals. Wayne Gretzky. Hat trick. His pops is the only defenseman to have multiple hat tricks as a defensive player, as a defenseman. Talk about royalty right after Father's Day. But anyways, you know, I don't know how I got to the Magic, but it's just fascinating, you know what I mean? Like watching where this is going. That one ring, you left Cleveland multiple times. Ironically, Cleveland could be using him right now. Ben said he should have just came to New York if he was going to leave the Cavs. Everybody would have understood it. One ring with the Knicks, you on a different planet. And now KD has that opportunity, mind you. Go to the Knicks, get one ring, it's up. All that Golden State, all that, none of that matters. You know what I mean? Going to the Spurs, yeah, you're a Texas legend, but leave that chapter where it's at in the past. But that's here, neither here nor there right now. But you know, a new leaf has been turned. Record-setting $10.1 billion sale been closed, most for any franchise. $4 billion difference from the Celtics, who have one more championship, 18-17. But the future is promising for the Lakers, and I think what's more exciting is I do believe moving forward, there's the best brand of basketball lies ahead. Just for the simple fact that there will be more parity. Small markets are gained with more favor because of the internet. So there's a balance. I love it, man. I love what we're seeing here from the NBA. It's looking good in that regard. Commissioner's Cup tonight in the WNBA. I'm looking forward to that. But, you know, end of an era. Say what you want. The Lakers will always be the Lakers. It's Hollywood. It's the bright lights. And the show must go on. I wish I could give you the Chick Hearns closeout for this one, but you can go look it up. The butter's cold. The fridge is freezing. Something. Shout out to Vin Scully. And that's all, folks. I'll try to do better next time. Utopians Global out.